Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you guys are new here, be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on post notifications. I would like to give a special thanks to Homestead Genesis for providing with the Genesis G80. If you're in the market for a Genesis, you can come check out Homestead Genesis and ask for Nelson. He will get you into a new or pre-owned vehicle. But let's talk about the G80 here. As you guys can see, my model is the Prestige model, so this thing is fully loaded here. Looking here at the front fascia, I love the low and sleek and aggressive look that the G80 has. Looking on top of the hood, this does have the Genesis wings. Also the square piece here in the grille, which is very large. I love the crest grille here. The square pieces for the adaptive cruise control and also for the driver's assistance. There's a front facing camera. I love the chrome here. This is a black car. I'm not a big fan of black and white cars, but with this being the G80 here, it looks really good here with the black exterior paint, also with the chrome accents. Like I mentioned, there is front parking sensors. Looking at these headlights here, they're full LED, even on the base models of the G80 here. There's an automatic low and high beam with an LED turn signal and LED daytime run light. I want you guys to comment down below in the comment section and tell what you guys think about the G80. Does it look better than the other competitors in this luxury sedan segment? Looking at these tires and wheels here, I'm not a big fan here of the 5-spoke rim design. I will go for a different rim design, which has the multi-spoke finish to it. These are a 245/40. The wrapped in is 20-inch rim design. This also has the Genesis brakes. If I'm not mistaken, you can also get a black or a red brake caliper instead of the gray here on my model. Since this is the Prestige model, there's also the split design here for the turn signal, just like at the actual front of the vehicle with the headlight modules. And looking up top, my model also has this large panoramic sunroof, which lets a lot of light into the cabin, and also has a tint to it. The wheelbase here for the G80 is at 118.5 inches with an overall length of 196.5. This is right on par with something like a Honda Accord or a Toyota Camry. So this vehicle is very long and it does have plenty of space in the back seat. We'll talk about the back seat room once we get into the back seat of the G80 here. But looking at these taillights here, they're full LED design with the LED turn signal, brake light, and the reverse lights live down here at the lower part of the bumper. I love the rear diffuser. It does look semi-aggressive, and the exhaust does have this gimmick to it, just like the crest grille in the front. Parking sensors, there's also the G80 badge, and Genesis also spells their name out, which looks really nice here. And there's that 3.5T badge to signify the powertrain that you have. There's the backup camera there, and this is how you open up the trunk once you press this button here. Once you press that button, this does have a power opening trunk. It reveals 13.1 cubic feet of space, and unfortunately the seats, they do not fold down in a 60/40 manner. There's a small pass through there so you guys can put items if you're in the back seat. And this also has this optional cargo net here, and underneath the load floor here, Genesis does give you a temporary spare tire. There's also some cargo off to the actual sides here so you guys can put some small items. But overall, let's hop into the interior of the Genesis G80. Sitting in the interior of the Genesis G80 Prestige, looking at this interior here, my model does have this black interior. I wish it did have a different color combination to it. But looking here, this is a 14.5-inch display. It does support Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. And this is a 12.3-inch digital display. It does have that 3D effect to it. Unfortunately, the camera's not gonna do it any justice, but reaching over here to shut the door of the G80. And the push button start is right here on the dash. And my model does have that 3.5-liter twin turbo V6 underneath the hood, and you can customize this digital display here via the scroll wheel here. It will show you different stuff like your driver's information. You can also customize it to your liking, so you can do different things here with this digital display here. Looking at the door panel materials, it's gonna be a nice leather material here. There's some aluminum trim, which includes the door handle, the 2-person memory seats here, and also the switch gear here. There's also a power fold mirror function here, so you can also power fold them in and out. So if you guys were in a tight street, you can basically fold them in and out. And switching left here, as you guys can see, my model does have this blind view camera, and switching right, you also get it for the right side as well. So really good technology that Genesis is offering. No other competitor in this segment offers that. And it is auto up, auto down for all 4 windows. And my model does have the Lexicon sound system. It's gonna be nice and padded here to rest your elbows. Nice wood trim here on the actual door panels. And down here's gonna be nice and padded as well. There's additional storage and cup holder space. The hood latch is down there, as you guys can see. There's electronic parking brake, the power trunk opening feature, the dimmer switch, automatic start stop, lane keep assist, and the traction control is there. This is a power tilt and telescoping wheel. It does offer a decent amount of range and adjustability. There's a Genesis wing here on the steering wheel. And you can actually hold the steering wheel at really good angles here, as you guys can see. You can hold it from here, here, So very gimmicky steering wheel here. So you can hold it at different angles. There's some controls here for the voice control. There's a scroll wheel here for the volume. You can also change the tune. You can change the channel for the actual radio station. Over here is for the driver's assistance, which includes highway stir assist, adaptive cruise control, and it's also this scroll wheel here that you can customize this digital display like I just showed you guys. And the model does have this heads-up display, which shows you very bright and very crisp. There's more of that wood trim here on the dash. There's some shortcut buttons here with aluminum trim. Like I mentioned, this push button start, more leather, and more stitching on the actual dashboard. Looking at this 14.5-inch display, as you guys can see, it does support Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. This is the same infotainment system that's in the GV70 that I showed you guys recently. The icons are very large, as you guys can see, but on the GV70, it does have a bronze background to it, if I'm not mistaken. You can also customize it to your liking. It'll show you different stuff. Pushing this button over here, my model does have a massage seat, so you can get a full massage as you're driving, and the massage function feels very nice, just like on the GV70 that I tested. Going here to the Genesis navigation, as you guys can see, it takes up the whole 14.5-inch display. Unfortunately, if you guys go to the Apple CarPlay, you're gonna have this split screen here. I wish that it would have took up the whole 14.5-inch display. I'm not sure if that's an Apple thing or a Genesis thing. Hopefully they can update this system in the near future. But the infotainment system is very sleek and very slim, and I do have long arms, so I could reach the infotainment system. So if you guys have short arms, you can use the scroll wheel down here. As you guys can see, very nice haptic feedback, very responsive, and I love that satisfying click that it offers once you use it. Hopefully you guys can hear it. Sounds really nice. That's the scroll wheels here for the volume and tune. That's the dedicated back button, home, and menu. There's 2 USB ports. There's also a wireless phone charger. My iPhone 12 Pro Max does fit there just fine. You can also close this off if you guys didn't have the cables there. This panel down here does have 3-level heated and cool seats. There's a 2-level heated steering wheel function. The knobs here is for the dual climate control. There's more of that nice wood trim here on the center console. There's this glass controller here for the 8-speed automatic transmission. Put your foot on the brake and switch over to the left here. It puts the vehicle into reverse. There's trajectory with distance markers. There's front and rear parking sensors. As you guys can see, there's a top-down 360 view there. Very nice camera resolution, and I love the technology that Genesis is offering. So you can look around this vehicle, so if there's any children playing around, you can be careful with your blind spots and whatnot. Switch over to the right here very gently. You'll put the car into neutral and do it again to go into drive, and you pick P for park. I love the glass shifter here. Open up this, it does reveal 2 cup holders, more of that nice wood trim. Looking at the key fob here, it does have a smart park feature, so you can engage that smart park feature once you lock the vehicle and hold down the remote start, and the vehicle will move forward and back for you. That's also this button down here to access the headlights. There's a panic button, a trunk release, a lock and unlock function there. This is your drive mode selector. Press this, it does show you custom, comfort, sport, and eco. It does not have the sport plus mode. You guys have to look at a different model if you guys want that drive mode there. Nice leather, nice stitching here. Pressing this, it does reveal a double hinge center console. It is lined with felt. There's also a 12-volt in there as well. You can also slide the seat forward and back to give this passenger here a little bit more space. I love the nice stitching and piping. The seats look really nice. The headliner here is going to be a suede Alcantara. There's also this touch button here for the LED lights out the cabin, or you can press this heart button here. So Genesis does give you 2 options, and it does have a sunglass holder there. And this also has a panoramic sunroof here. As you guys can see, it opens in a very unique way. No other car in the segment offers that nice feature like that. As you guys can see, it does have a tint to the actual panoramic sunroof. It does let a little bit of light into this cabin once you open up the sunroof here. Looking at the glove compartment, the glove box is large, closing its back. But overall, I'm very impressed with this interior, very upscale, and I love the technology that Genesis is offering in the G80 here. But let's hop into the back seat and see how that compares. Getting into the back seat of the Genesis G80 here, as you guys can see, I do have a lot of headroom here, even with this panoramic sunroof cutout here. As you guys can see, it does have this tint to it, which is really nice. I think no other competitor in this segment offers that feature. This is suede Alcantara headliner. This is grab handle here, also with LED lights back here as well. Looking at the door panel, material is going to be carried over from the front. There's some aluminum trim here for the door handles, also for the speaker cover. And my model does have the Lexicon sound system, which sounds pretty good. There's some storage down here in the door pocket with nice stitching here. There's also this manual sunshade here, since my model is the Prestige model. There's 2 pockets back here for storage. And you can also slide the seat forward and back to give this passenger here a little bit more space. I love the white stitching and white piping here on the seats. Seats feel just like the front seats, very plush and very comfortable. There's some features back here, which includes rear air vents, your own set of climate controls. And pulling this armrest down here, There's 2 cup holders here. There's also 3 level heated seats. There's some cool seats. I'm surprised to see that. And you can also let down the rear shade there or let it up if you guys want to block out that sun. As you see, press the button again, it will lower it down. And there's also this pass-through here, so you can put items to the actual trunk, which is really nice as well because the seats, they do not fold down in a 60/40 manner. But overall, I'm very impressed with the space here in the G80. Let's take a look underneath the hood here of the Genesis G80. This uses Genesis 3.5 liter twin turbo V6, which makes 375 horsepower and 391 pound-feet of torque. It's paired with an 8-speed automatic transmission. As the G80 sits here, it weighs in around 4,100 pounds, and standard is rear-wheel drive. If you guys want all-wheel drive, it's gonna be an additional $2,000. And if you guys go for the all-wheel drive, it's gonna drop the fuel economy down to 1 to 2 mpg. Fuel economy for the V6 here is rated at 19 in the city, 27 on the highway, and 22 combined. All right, guys, so tell me in the comment section, did I drive the G80? I cannot remember if I did drive this car or not, but I know I drove the GV80, which is the bigger vehicle to this car because this rides on the same platform. I know I drove the GV70 and the G70, which is the twins. They ride on the same platform, which is that rear-wheel drive architecture. This car does come standard with rear-wheel drive. You guys can get all-wheel drive for additional option, which is $2,000 extra. If you guys stay in a cold weather state, I would recommend getting that. Here in South Florida, it's not really a need to get the all-wheel drive. It's just a preference thing if you guys want to get that. But me personally, I would just pocket the $2,000 in my opinion, instead of getting the all-wheel drive. This does have Genesis 3.5 liter twin turbo V6, which makes 375 horsepower and 391 pound-feet of torque. It's paired with an 8-speed automatic transmission. The visibility out of the G80 here is fantastic. You have a great commanding view of the road here. Also, no blind spots in this vehicle because if you signal left here or right, there's this blind view camera, and a foot is to the floor. In the twin turbo V6, it gets up to speed really quick, but this is not a M-car competitor or a AMG competitor. This vehicle is just basically for comfort, and just driving this car here at around 45 miles an hour, this thing is just super comfortable. This has a really good ride quality, and here on the driver's side, you can basically get a full body massage. I also have 3 level heated and cooled seats. I'm not sure if you can get that on the other competitors. Maybe you can, but it might be more pricier. My car has a really good price here for I think what Genesis is offering for the technology that this car has, which is this 14.5-inch display, also with the heads-up display, the driver's assistant, also with great warranty, and like I mentioned, just great value in general. This car is a really good seller when it comes to what Genesis is asking for, also with the price range. It beats the other competitors by $5,000 to $10,000, which I highly recommend going for because it's not gonna break the bank in a sense, and you get best-in-class warranty. No other competitor offers the warranty that Genesis, Hyundai, and Kia offers, even from Toyota, even from Honda, even from those competitors. No other competitor offers that type of warranty. But driving the G80 here, this also has an 8-speed automatic, but it's kind of slow to a downshift. But like I mentioned, this car is not for performance. That's why I say it's not an M performance car competitor or an AMG competitor. As you guys heard that beeping, that's because I didn't signal left. I just kind of crossed over the markings, and the car didn't like that. It rather me use my signal to notify the driver behind me that I'm going to go left, I'm going to go right. But this car is just super comfortable, and I'm really surprised. If this is my first time driving this car, my expectation is just super high right now. And the turning radius here, it's not that bad. And this car is 196.5 inches. So this is right on par with something like a Toyota Camry or a Honda Accord. So if you guys are looking for a long car and that has plenty of space in the back seat, I sat in the back seat, like I mentioned, it had 38.7 inches of legroom. But let's put this car into a sport mode really quickly here before traffic comes behind me. Foot on the brake and accelerator. And that's what a rear-wheel drive car would do, and that's with the traction on, which is super surprising. I didn't even turn the traction off, and this car legit was chirping the wheels, which is kind of weird because it's rear-wheel drive, of course. And like I said, the traction control was on, and this does not have that Sport Plus mode like you get in the GV70 or in the G70. But the cabin in here is just super up to par. Genesis did a really good job. They branched off from Hyundai and Kia, and they're doing their own thing, and they're doing a really good job. The interior is very gorgeous. Also, the exterior styling is just different from all the other competitors. Foot to the floor. I mean, this car, like I mentioned, it's not going to compete against the AMGs or anything like that, but this car will get up to speed really quickly. And the 8-speed in sport mode, I find it to be a little bit more responsive than in normal mode. And it does a really good job of downshifting and upshifting as well. The paddles are responsive, but I wish Genesis would have offered that dual clutch. I know it sounds really crazy to say that for this luxury car, but I think that dual clutch would have did a little bit more justice than this torque converter automatic, which the 8-speed is not a bad transmission, but I feel like it needs to be a little bit more responsive for my taste. I'm just so used to the dual clutches that I tested in the Hyundai Sonata inline, but this car is not bad. Like I mentioned, you get great warranty, great technology for the price that Genesis is asking for. Starting price for the 2021 Genesis G80 Prestige is at $59,100 with the options and accessories including destination. The G80 Prestige stickers for $66,720. Hope you guys have enjoyed this review here. Be sure to follow me on Instagram at DriveOnReviews and hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you all in the next review.